next several weeks if we want.
Oh, yeah.
I do. Matt likes shows like the Beverly Hillbillies.
I do. I
Yeah,
like
well.
F Troop,
Ah,
Patty Duke.
yeah, but that's not. Yeah. Patty Duke's fine. It's just an old show.
I never got into Patty Duke.
But yeah, those are those early Nick at Night shows too,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, I like all
Well,
those
they were
Fred
they were
Gwynn.
played again on Nick at Night. But, I
Right.
mean, they were obviously from the 60s.
Dragnet.
Oh, they weren't new on Nick
No,
at Night.
they weren't. Nick at Night wasn't new,
I thought
Peter.
Fred Gwynn looked younger in Car 54. Where are you?
A little bit, yeah.
Great show, but Dragnet. Awesome.
The original Dragnet.
Yeah. That was actually perfect timing.
What can I say, man?
Hey, he's
Lucky.
flying the spaceship.
What can I say? Well, we got to thank the Spain brothers for coming on in here this morning. Always a pleasure. Catch them tomorrow night. I can't say it enough. Rex Theater right here in downtown Manchester, 7:30. Tickets still available, but get them quick, as Robbio said. What are you doing? You're out. Do I know what you're doing St. Patrick's Day?
I'm playing in Algonquin, actually.
So
I'm
you
playing
can't-
happy hour, though, which is good, so I get to go home at 8 o'clock.
Will you come home?
I think I'm going to try and catch Waking Finnegan at the Strange Brew on Friday night because my student's in that band.
Okay.
And I've wanted to see the band again, so I think I'll do that on Friday night. But we're both working early on Saturday morning, so we got to behave.
Okay, behave. I'll try to behave today. It's Thursday.
It is Thursday.
Robbio, thank you once again, as
You're welcome.
always. And I will get that, I will RIP my VIP ticket to your event at the Majestic.
R.I.P.
Huh?
R.I.P.
I'm gonna VIP.
No, you're going to R.S.V.P.
I'm gonna RSVP my VIP ticket to your event.
Right.
What? I will.
Sure.
I will.
Okay.
Oh my God, you're so sensitive.
I'm not sensitive at all.
Oh my God.
You're sensitive.
You did a whole show with your back to me before.
Well, you deserve that, though.
Did I?
Yeah.
I don't think I did.
You were in a crabby mood that
No,
morning.
I was not.
You were in the mood.
You were in a
Okay.
mood.
All right.
You
Thank
just got
you,
the
guys.
look, Maddie. Maddie.
I'm done with both of you.
Okay?
All right, keep it right here. You got Matt Connerton Unleashed coming up at 4 p.m. Followed by the Majestic Theaters.
Through the stage door. And we were doing all our annual Irish music show.
Oh.
It's all Irish music.
Do you guys do the Unicorn?
I do not play the... I don't know if the Unicorn's on there this year, actually.
Green alligator.
But it's all
belong.
the Clancy Brothers and the Pogues. And
All right.
yeah.
I like it. All right, folks. Have a great day. We will see you tomorrow.
This hour on WMNH is sponsored by CGI Business Solutions, located at 5 Dartmouth Drive in Auburn. They serve all your business needs, including employee benefits planning, corporate design and business administration, investments and wealth management, and customized business insurance solutions. Their phone number is 866-841-4600 or on the web at cgibusinesssolutions.com.
Bring your kitchen to life with Queen City Cabinetry, located at 87 Elm Street in the historic Sunbeam Mall in Manchester. Open Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. and Saturdays, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. They can be reached at 603-222-2007 or on the web at queencitycabinetrynh.com. Come see the possibilities. Queen City Cabinetry, another proud sponsor of WMNH.
Clemento's Pizzeria, family friendly, awesome for a date night. Clemento's Pizzeria. For delivery, call 603-782-8450. Clemento's Pizzeria, the best pizza in town. 1875 South Willow Street in Manchester, New Hampshire. Best cocktails around. Come in as friends and leave as family.
Come on down to the Hop Knot at 1000 Elm Street, Manchester's premier craft beer and gourmet pretzel bar. Tell us more, Trudy.
We make our dough fresh every day. We make a variety of styles of pretzels and serve craft beer, cocktails, and a few bottles of wine. We do the traditional pretzel, and we have multiple flavors for that. We also do stuffed pretzels, pretzel sandwiches, 3 dessert pretzels, and pretzel knots.
The Hop Knot in the Brady Sullivan Plaza at 1000 Elm Street.
You are listening to WMNHLP, Manchester's radio, broadcasting at 95.3 megahertz frequency modulation from the top of 1000 Elm Street. Our studios are located at 1045 Elm Street and licensed to Manchester Public Television Service in Manchester, New Hampshire, USA.
Welcome, everybody. Here we go. It's that time again. Matt Connerton Unleashed, and we are live from the studios of WMNH 95.3 FM in glorious downtown Manchester, New Hampshire. Also on Comcast 97 if you're in Manchester. And hello to all of our online listeners across the nation and around the globe. You can go to my website, mattconnerton.com, for all of your live streaming options, social media links, contact info, show archives, etc., etc. Today is Thursday. It's Stone Cold Steve Austin Day, 3/16, 2023. And I am not alone.
If you having girl problems, I feel bad for you, son. I got 99 problems, but a bitch ain't one. I got the rap patrol.
DJ Reckless is at the news desk.
How did you not know?
Yeah, I just didn't realize it until just
being
now.
the WWE superfan that you are.
I know. I looked at the date. I said, whoa, it's 3/16.
Even I knew this.
Yes. It's a special day.
It's a special day in wrestling history.
That's right. I should
when wrestling's Lord and Savior, Stone Cold Steve Austin. I don't even know what this day actually entices.
I'm going to what it entices.
Or what's the word? I don't know.
Entails? Is that what you're looking for?
Entices, yeah, same words.
I wish I thought. You know what? I think
same words, different meanings.
I think at the top of the hour, I'm going to have to play the promo, the infamous promo. I shouldn't even say infamous. The famous promo where he first said those words. Actually, I might pull it up right now. Now that I'm realizing
gonna have to.
what day it is,
Has to be done.
But yes, DJ Reckless is here with us for the first time in a long time.
It's been it's about a month. Or
as my grandmother said when I was a kid, it's been a month of Sundays.
Haven't heard that one in a while.
Has it been a month? It probably has been a month.
It's. I don't know. Maybe
may have been longer.
Yeah, maybe you're right.
Maybe.
I've been busy.
You have. Reckless is here, and then in the second hour, we're going to be joined by Tim Lagasse, and that project, or that song rather, that we heard is from his project, Downhill Rollers. I played that the other day. Actually, that might have been the third time that I played it on the show. That song, Savages. I love that song. He's got a bunch of music from this. This is his solo project. Sort of a side project. He's been on the show before with the band Authentic Descent, but Downhill Rollers is his other project, and I love all the songs that he sent us, and you can find them all on Spotify, but that track, Savages, just, oh my God, that is so good. That is so good. So he'll be joining us in the second hour, and Reckless, you've got a big evening ahead of you, as you do every Thursday.
Not early tonight. Tomorrow, though, I'm really focused on. I'm throwing my first ever St. Patrick's Day party.
Well, you might want to plug, though, tonight, right?
If y'all want to come out to 603 Bar and Grill and drink tonight, feel free.
Yes.
Buy me a drink, too, while you're at it.
There you go. There you go. But, so what's happening tomorrow night?
Tomorrow night, I'm throwing my first ever St. Patrick's Day party. I'm really excited for that.
Very good.
I've got 3 different DJs, Proper 12 promo, which is Conor McGregor's whiskey, if you guys didn't know. Yeah, 603 is opening at 11. I don't even know. Yeah, like I said, I have 3 different DJs on. It's going to be a fun night. I'm excited. Honestly, it's my second holiday party I've thrown, I think.
Oh.
Because I threw a Halloween party. When did I throw the Halloween party? I think I threw that in... It was obviously October.
Yeah.
It was last year. But yeah, no, I'm excited. It's my second holiday party, and I'm nervous. Man.
So you've got that, and then what's
Saturday? I'm in Boston.
Yes,
I'm excited for that one, man. I'm linking up with Bryce Hall, and I'm DJing at the club he's hanging out at. I'm stoked for that. That's really cool.
Did you say you're waking up with Bryce Hall?
No, I'm linking up.
Oh, I thought you said waking up. I was like, whoa, that's confusing.
Yeah, no.
Not that there would be anything wrong with that.
Yeah, no. I'm gonna be out there for a bar crawl. It's gonna be really cool. I'm excited.
Yeah, very good. So that's Saturday night. So you've got a full weekend ahead of you.
Yeah,
of activities.
Three more gigs for the end of March.
Very good.
And then it's wedding season.
Oh yes,
wedding season starts. I think for me the second week of May.
Oh, so you're gonna be doing weddings?
I'm doing a few weddings, yeah.
Oh, good. You've already got some lined up.
I'm gonna apprentice on some. And be an assistant, and then I don't know. Maybe I'll start booking because I've had people message me about it, but it's just like weddings aren't exactly my my forte right now because I don't know much about them.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I'm gonna get into weddings.
Good money.
Trying to get out of the club scene as much.
Yeah.
It's fun, but it's exhausting.
Oh,
Takes
yeah.
a toll on your health.
Oh, no doubt. No doubt.
As we've seen, me sleeping till noontime.
By the way, I just found it. So this is, for those who don't know what we're talking about when we talk about it's 316, it's Steve Austin Day. So the year was 1996, and Stone Cold Steve Austin had just won the King of the Ring tournament. He had defeated the legend Jake the Snake Roberts in the finals. And here's what Steve Austin had to say in his post-event interview after being declared the winner.
Prestigious King of the Ring, Stone Cold Steve Austin, an incredible victory.
The first thing I want to be done is to get that piece of crap out of my ring. Don't just get him out of the ring, get him out of the WWF. Because I've proved, son, without a shadow of a doubt, you ain't got what it takes anymore. You sit there and you thump your Bible and you say your prayers, and it didn't get you anywhere. Talk about your Psalms, talk about John 3:16. Austin 3:16 says, I just whipped your ass.
And then the next night on Monday Night Raw, there were people had signs that said Austin 3:16.
And then
he was a villain still at that point.
He had a villain phase in WWF?
Oh, he was a bad guy when all this happened. He had just beaten the beloved hero, Jake the Snake Roberts.
How are we feeling about the WrestleMania card?
I haven't paid that much attention. I mean, I'm looking forward to the main event.
Oh, yeah.
There, Cody Rhodes challenging Roman Reigns, and that'll be
yeah.
cool. And no, it looks like it'll be cool. I don't know if Jenny and I will actually watch any of it. I mean, well, I'm sure we'll watch some of it, but we won't. I don't think we'll watch it in real time necessarily because it's a lot to sit through. And as much as I am a lifelong wrestling fan, that's a lot to sit through.
So
WrestleMania is
April-
it's a commitment.
So here's what I'm wondering, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's only one main event?
Yeah, because there's only one. Because
There's
the titles
two
are
nights, though.
the titles are unified. Yeah, that's true. So I don't know what'll be the main event on the other night.
What they probably should do is they have Reigns versus Rhodes on the second night, Logan Paul versus Seth Rollins on the first night. Because whenever Logan Paul goes in the WWE, the ratings go through the roof.
Through the roof.
Come on, look what he did in Saudi Arabia.
That's why they call him High Ratings Logan. Easy G is on the line.
Yeah, hello. I don't know if you saw that. I just found out a few seconds ago that Jeff Gable died. I knew him a little bit.
I don't know who that is. Who is Jeff Gable?
Yeah, former football player. He was in the wrestling gig a little bit.
I had never heard of him.
He's 66 years old.
66 years old. I'd never heard of him. Are you familiar with Jeff Gable, DJ Reckless?
I am not familiar.
Yeah, he probably was one of those minor stars, you know. I remember him a little bit somewhere.
Do you think?
I don't know.
Do you think Bruce had anything to do with it?
Hopefully not. No.
hopefully.
Little Freudian slip
Hopefully
there.
not.
You
No,
said
I hope
hopefully.
not.
Hopefully.
Yeah. Because here's the thing.
Oh boy.
If Bruce had anything to do with it, and then someone figures out, if law enforcement figures out that it was Bruce, then guess where Bruce ends up? He ends up in the Hoos Cow.
The guy just passed away. He didn't get murdered. The guy passed away.
Oh, okay. I misunderstood.
Rest in peace.
I misunderstood. I could have sworn you said he was murdered.
No, rest in peace.
Did I hear him right? I could have sworn he said he was murdered.
That.
Oh, okay.
No, I didn't say that. I apologize. He died.
It must be my tinnitus. I still don't understand. So who's this guy? His name's Jeff Gable?
Jeff Gable.
Is he related to Chad Gable?
Yeah, is he related to Chad Gable?
I kind of doubt it now.
Gable's probably a common name.
Must be.
There's many Gables. I personally have known 17 different Gables.
Yeah.
I went to school when I was in 5th grade. Like everyone in my class, their last name was Gable, except me.
Yeah, they keep on the wrestling world. I'm watching AEW almost every week now. And just to see what's going on over there. And they had this guy, Orange Cassidy. I don't know if you heard of that guy, Freshly Squeezed.
Oh, I love Orange Cassidy.
He's a guy on the rise. He's put that belt on every takes the belt puts the belt up the line every week. So this week he decided to fight that old guy. I guess he's only 55, so he's not that old. Jeff Jarrett. You believe that he got him wrestling in AEW?
I think it's cool. I've always loved Jeff Jarrett.
That guy has wrestled everywhere.
Yes, he has.
TNA, remember TNA?
JEFF,
Is TNA still around?
TNA?
WCW, WWE. I think he's even wrestled AEW. I think he's even wrestled in WAW.
TNA still exists, but it's called
no, that's a joke.
But it's called Impact Wrestling now. I'm sorry, what, Eric? What was the joke?
I was just joking around there. I see wrestled in WAW here in Manchester, but that's a joke.
Oh, maybe he did under a mask.
I think they're barely hanging on in Massachusetts somewhere, but
who?
Not like successful anymore.
Who?
WAW. Remember WAW?
Yeah, they were 20 years. Yeah, here in Manchester.
They're still an amateur.
They're still around?
Yeah, they're still around. They're throwing events all the time.
Oh, see?
My buddy goes to one of the wrestling schools.
Oh, no kidding.
Or no, maybe it's APW. It's APW.
Oh,
okay, because WAW...
There's a lot of leagues out there.
There's a lot of leagues, yes.
But anyways, I guess I don't have a real problem with Jeff Jarrett because his job last night to put over, Orange Cassidy and make him look good,
Yes, the last outlaw.
At his age.
You know what I've seen interesting recently is NXT.
Oh, I love NXT.
One, I just found out that Shawn Michaels is the general manager of NXT.
Yes.
And two, I didn't know that we're sending main roster people back from like WWE down to NXT.
I think that's cool because I think it's good for the NXT brand to have some of that talent coming in. But also it kind of freshens up some of the people who've been around for a while, like the New Day. There's nothing left for them to do on the main roster, so it's kind of cool to see them in NXT once in a while.
I saw because Johnny Gargano or whatever.
Gargano.
Yeah, Gargano went back down.
I love him.
He's awesome.
Yeah, I love him. Absolutely. I agree.
Well, you watch NXT, it looks like they're wrestling like only 100 people, but they make it work.
Yeah.
I mean, it's in the Performance Center.
Yeah.
So
I mean, it's more than 100 people, but there's not many people in that little arena.
It's probably
they make
one
it
of
work,
those,
camera angles. And
it's probably one of those things like when you go to like New York and you stand in line for like the Tonight Show.
Yeah.
It's probably what they do.
I think so because I don't think they charge for those tickets. I think you can just get in for free at NXT.
Which is sick.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
The New Day were the champions over there in NXT for a couple of weeks.
The New Day?
Yep.
Yeah, I think I just mentioned
think
that.
The New Day is on their way out.
Oh, they've been doing that act for over a decade.
Yeah, really? Has it been over a decade now? Because I remember Kofi Kingston before he was New Day.
Oh yeah, Kofi's older than you think.
Yeah, Kofi's on his what?
He's in his 40s.
Yeah,
he's been around a long time.
He don't look in his 40s.
No,
he don't look in his 40s at all.
No,
he looks prime 28 at the most.
I'm laughing at a comment Melanie made in the chat room that I can't read on the air.
I don't know. I'm sorry.
I just said I was laughing at a comment that Melanie made in the chat room that I can't read on the air, but it's funny.
All right. I don't know why, but maybe you guys can have insight. They're only putting 5 people in the Hall of Fame, and it's not official, but Stacy Keibler's going, I guess, and the Great Muta, and then Dominic's Rey Mysterio.
He says Dominic's father.
Batista wasn't available because he's making a movie like overseas. I don't know why they only 5 people. It seems kind of a small number.
Who else are you going to put in there right now?
Yeah.
Well, there's plenty of superstars.
But...
I mean, there's tons of superstars in
it's
WWE
also based on tenure.
One of the easiest places to get.
By the way...
It's like a small number.
I have a question for both of you. Have either of you seen... in AEW, the 1-hour Iron Man match between MJF and Bryan Danielson?
I don't pay attention to AEW.
Well, you should see this match, and I should send you the link because it is amazing. Jenny and I watched it, and we were riveted.
Isn't that... So what... Wait. Daniel Bryan left WWE and went down to AEW?
Yeah, a couple years ago. Yeah.
That's stupid.
No, it's great. It's great. Oh, it's been fantastic. No, but that match is fantastic. I don't care.
Did you notice?
I would challenge anyone, even if you don't like wrestling, if you watch that match, you'll get into it. Yeah. Yes. Go ahead.
Did you?
I'm sorry. I read somewhere that his job was to put him over and make him look
good. At least
good.
he apologized.
He did apologize.
This is the first time ever realizing he's interrupted me.
Right.
I'm just kidding. Hi. Also,
I'm sorry.
All right, 3, 2, 1. Also, have we realized that Cody Rhodes, since coming back, has referred to AEW as like, what's he refer to it now as? Oh my god! When you go on a trip, basically.
Oh yeah, he's I forget what he said.
Wasn't he
I know
like-
what you mean though. He does refer to AEW very vaguely, of course.
Wasn't he a founder of that or something? Or
Yeah,
owner,
yeah.
co-owner?
He was an executive vice president. He was there at the beginning.
Yep.
And he has his own wrestling school too. I think.
Yes,
Yeah.
the Nightmare Factory.
Yeah. That's gonna be pretty cool.
Yes.
I think there's only 2 wrestling schools in New Hampshire right now.
I didn't know we had that many.
We there's one in Manch and one in Concord.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Well, I found out one of the kids I went to school with is wrestling in the amateur circuit.
Oh, really?
And I'm like, holy crap. When I did Pride Fest last year, they had a showcase. And my friend comes out as his character. He's just jumping around, dude. And I'm like, oh my God.
By the way, Melanie's asking, did Christian match his headphones to his drink on purpose?
Oh, yeah, totally.
Well done, sir. Well
Of course.
played. Well done.
Branding.
Melanie also said, I bet I won't get into wrestling after watching whatever you just talked about. No, you would. I'm telling you. If you watch that match, you'll
Come
be
on,
into it.
It's shirtless men.
You'll be into it. Well, there is that.
There is that.
Right,
shirtless,
ECG?
Shirtless bulk men.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, definitely. But the thing I don't like about MJF, he don't put his belt on the line that much. He's not a fighting champion.
MJF is a joke.
I love MJF. How dare you?
He's a joke. He's annoying.
Yeah, a young fellow like he is, he should put his belt on the line more often.
You know who that reminds me of? CM Punk.
What about him?
When he was just degrading people before he retired from WWE.
Yeah.
Did he came back, right? And then he left again, right?
Yes.
Recently.
AEW, yeah.
No. He came back to WWE, didn't he?
No.
Really?
No, and I don't see that happening.
No, he was on one of their panels.
Well, he was on that show, but it was produced by it wasn't a WWE
it's the
produced
Fox
show.
show?
Yeah, the Fox show. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't see him ever coming back.
No, I don't either.
He's injured right now. So.
His 1 year stint in the UFC.
Yeah, he fought.
Lost all his fights.
2 fights.
He lost them.
Yeah, that was awful. You know?
Mm-hmm.
Garbage, bro. He's garbage at UFC. That was rough to watch, both those matches.
Well, that was a goal, though. That was his goal. He wanted to fight in the UFC, and he did it. So
I couldn't fight in the UFC, but
can't take that away from him.
No, of course not.
I'd like to. I would like to fight. I would like to do MMA, and you know who I would fight?
Who?
Bruce.
Oh boy.
Yeah, you tell him.
I've had my fair share of fights.
Yeah, I can't remember the lady's name, but she's a TBS champion. Boy, she's really works out, a lot of muscles, and they say, oh, it's like Goldberg. She's 54-0. I don't believe any of those stats they put up on the big screen. You know, I think some of those numbers are always inflated.
Yeah,
make the wrestler look good. You know.
Yeah, that's right. You're onto it. You know.
Because they had this lady, and she was just a, one of those smash and matches where you just last 2 seconds.
You're what
the lady
they
looks
call
really good, the lady wrestler. Then they had another lady come out. Apparently, she's wrestled in WWE before, but I don't remember her name.
You're what they
I don't
call
remember seeing her there.
Smart to the business. That's what you are. You're smart to the business.
Right. But I agree with this story. Yeah, I agree with I agree with somebody I read online. AEW has too many wrestlers right now, so they're going to start a Saturday show now. They have a YouTube show. They have a dark show.
Mm-hmm.
They just have too many wrestlers right now.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of them are old guys. You know, from WWE, TNA.
Mm-hmm.
They better be careful because what WCW did picked up too many guys that were past their time, and eventually they went bye-bye.
I don't know if you
they have too many wrestlers.
I don't know if you know this, DJ Reckless, but our friend EZG is very ageist.
Really is, man.
Yes, he doesn't like when the old
Speaking
guys
of
hang
ages,
around.
how does he feel about John Cena versus Austin Theory?
Oh yeah.
Oh, if he makes them look good, why not? You know, he puts them over like Jeff Jarrett did. I don't have a problem with that, but
he's
they can't
got
put the belt on him when he's a young kid.
Theory. He's gonna
see him
mop
as
the
a
floor with theory.
future champion of WWE.
How we also feel about the betting.
That's good because they got to push the young guys like MJF. Keep the belt on him for a long time.
Yeah, okay.
Because he ain't going WWE anytime soon. Even though he mentioned him last night. Oh yeah, I like the guy that mentioned that guy Bret Hart, but everybody knows that Shawn Michaels was better. Ha ha ha.
Boy, you should have
He
known
really
by
mentions
now.
WWE
Easy
a lot. I
dope.
don't think AEW appreciates that.
Boy, you should have known by now. Easy dope.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm leaving this side. Boy, they were real edgy last night. They weren't allowed. Of course, they weren't allowed in WWE because there's PG. They weren't allowed the S word.
Wow.
You know, words you can't say on the radio.
They swear in AEW. They have potty mouths.
Oh, them.
Yeah, well,
evil
the
people.
AEW had WWE had the time back then where anything goes back in the 90s. You know, I don't think they said the S word, but pretty much everything won back then.
The Attitude
out of
Era.
control.
Yes.
So I think that, like you said the other day a while back, Matt, they're trying to be more edgy.
Yes. Edgy.
PG-14 and then DLV under their name.
DLV?
Dialogue, language, and violence.
I would
They
think,
even do blood over there. I don't like that. They do blood over there.
I would think dialogue and language would be the same thing. No?
True, but I'm saying they do blood over there. Whether it's true or not, I don't know.
Right?
Ric Flair used to like a lot of blood, but I don't know if that was real or not. His hair would turn all red.
Oh, it was real. He would wear the crimson mask.
Really?
Yes. A lot of bleeding.
Huh.
That's why a lot of the old wrestlers, if you notice, their foreheads are all carved up. Because they would blade to get the blood to pour out.
Oh, really? I didn't really pay attention to that stuff. But
Mm-hmm.
So, what do you think? Last question. What do you think that AEW going to have a Saturday show now on TBS?
Apparently.
It seems a little bit.
Can't they overgloat and have too many shows on?
Why is it too many shows? If the demand is there,
Or because they can just overdo themselves.
oversaturate?
Too many shows. People can't watch them all.
but that's how they make money with those TV rights fees.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. But I still think they have too many wrestlers and they can't promote them all. a lot of them are guys bums. They picked up WWE. They can't
He
do
just
it
said
no
a
more.
lot of these guys are bums.
Oh my God!
They're not necessarily that old, but they just can't cut it no more. It's like too many guys that just can't perform in the ring.
They can't perform in the ring. That's right.
Boy, you should have known by
They
now.
can't
Easy
do what they used to
dope.
do. Not they're old or anything, but
Well,
they
the
just can't do
steroids,
it.
is that the
Or
only
they're
place they
injured or
can't
banged
perform?
up. Or
Oh my!
look at WCW. Picked up
Maybe
too
they
many
need-
guys from
maybe they
WWE,
need a
and that
blue
was
chip.
their downfall.
Uh-huh.
And that guy had a lot of money. That owned WCW. He was a billionaire.
Right?
Well, even this side, I don't know if it's true or not, but Vince McMahon, they say that there's a rumor going around that he owns AEW and WWE. I don't believe that. Do you?
I do not believe that either. That is
My daddy owns AEW.
But they did cancel his movie today.
Yeah.
He was supposed to have a movie about his life, and WWE said no way.
Yeah, there was a biopic or something being made about him, and that is apparently off the table now.
Oh yeah. Well, they say he's going to show up at WrestleMania, but I hope he doesn't.
Who?
Vince.
Oh, yeah. No.
No.
We'll see what happens.
We'll
All right,
see.
you guys have a good day.
All right. Bye-bye. All right. Wow.
Boy, you should have known by now. Easy dope.
Well, that was our friend EZG Eric Gagnon, and that does open up the line for you. 603-250-6007, 603-250-6007. You can also text us at 617-917-4476. I'm on social media at Matt Connerton. You can email me, matt@mattconnerton.com, or just message me directly through the site. Of course, you can interact and opine in the Facebook live chat, and we'll say hello to everybody in there in a moment. But the best thing to do so that we can hear and enjoy your dulcet tones is to give us a call at 603-250-6007. DJ Reckless is here. We have Tim Lagasse from Downhill Rollers coming in the second hour. So got a lot left to go on today's program. But how are you, Reckless? You still
I'm good.
Hanging in there?
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's see. We'll say hello to everybody in the chat room here. Let's see. Melanie La Liberty, I think I mentioned, is in there and says, hey guys. Also, J Fed says, good afternoon, everyone. Of course, from the great state of Vermont. Easy G is in the chat room. He said RIP Jeff Gable, 66. I have no idea. Eric Pilcher joins us in the chat room. Eric, of course, from Cedar Rapids, Iowa, and he does the classic film review for us every Friday. And this week, the subject is the, 1992 Blue Chips. So a film that I have not seen, but very often if Eric is reviewing a film that I have not seen, after hearing the review, it makes me want to see it. So Eric says, good afternoon, people. Just saying hi from new job training and hope you all are having a good week. Well, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Paulie C is in the Facebook live chat. And also, Paulie C says, R.I.P. Clark Gable, age 60. Wow, I'm a little bit concerned, DJ Reckless. I feel the Gables are just dropping like flies.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, wow. Let's see, Miriam Banish joins us in the Facebook live chat. Paulie C says, hello, big fan. By the way, Paulie C, of course, host of Retro Spectrum Radio with Paulie C, which you can hear every Friday night from 8 to 11 p.m. here on WMNH 95.3 FM. Friday is my long day, and it's my favorite day of the week. I love it. I get to spend the day here. I do this show, and then immediately after this, of course, Rob Azevedo and Paulie Stone come in for Granite State of Mind, and then I'm back at 8 p.m. I have the honor and privilege of being one of Paul's co-hosts on Retro Spectrum Radio.
Rob has a co-host now?
Paulie Stone, yes.
Oh.
Yep. And who is also very talented, and he's going to be appearing on Retro Spectrum Radio with us soon too. It's hard to keep it all straight in my mind. Melanie says, I am also DJing a St. Patty's party. It's an annual event to me. Wow, you've got some competition there, Reckless. She says, I'm all booked though 2024 through 2024 for every single holiday. It's pretty exciting. Well, you've got some catching up to do. Dom Ryan, this is a new name in the Facebook live chat, says, I'm from South Africa. Or, I'm from South Africa. There are 3 exclamation points, but then 1 question mark at the end. So it's as though he wants us to understand he's from South Africa. Maybe. He's not sure. JFed is asking, do you play birthday parties? I'm looking for a September birthday.
I do.
You do?
I do.
Well, very good. But I would not be surprised if Melanie is actually DJing her own birthday party. That's the impression that I get.
Yeah, I DJ birthday parties.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Melanie says, don't even get me started on the weddings. I am double booked on some days, but I know how to juggle commitments, so I am not worried. Wow.
Me and juggling double booked nights is an absolute disaster.
Yeah, you've done that.
I've done 3 gigs in one night, and that was terrible.
Yeah.
Terrible.
I remember you coming home and being I'm going to sleep now for
it was just
a long
disaster.
time.
It was a disaster.
But you did it. You did it, though.
I did 2 birthday parties and then 1 club gig.
Yeah.
And then when I got to the club, I realized I left my hard drive at the venue that I played for the birthday parties.
Yeah.
And my hard drive has all my music.
Yeah.
And I was like freaking out.
Yeah.
On that day, I learned to back up your hard drive.
Yes.
2 thumb drives and put them on your keychain.
Yes.
Good play.
By the way, Melanie said this was during our wrestling discussion. She says, TNA, I know what that means. Actually, no, TNA stood for Total Nonstop Action. But today it is known as Impact Wrestling. They were rebranded. Let's see. Make sure we don't miss anybody in here. I thought I saw one other person pop in here. Skipping over a lot of this because we don't want to necessarily go back to that whole conversation. I mean, I'm personally grieving over Jeff Gable.
Oh, me too.
Paulie C says, I have an appointment to be drawn and quartered next week. I'm actually kind of looking forward to it now. How bad can it be? Wow. Well, oh my goodness.
If I look this up on the internet and I find something scary, I'm going to cry.
It is scary. And Melanie says, I was drawn and quartered last week. It's not as bad as it sounds. Actually, I had it done twice. My goodness. J-Fed says to Melanie, didn't you do 4 gigs in one day, Mel? Wow. I feel like she's directly competing with you. What?
Oh, nothing. I'm just, nope, we're going to leave the drawn and quartered stuff.
Oh, yeah,
in the chat.
Yeah, you don't want to be drawn and quartered.
No.
603-250-6007 is the number. 603-250-6007. Hey, what do you think about, have you been following this? Are you on TikTok? Are you active? You're active on,
do I post? Sometimes, but I'm like always on TikTok.
You might be, so do you have a lot of content on there? Do you have a lot of videos on there? Okay.
I have a few.
My advice to anyone who does, make sure you have everything that you want to save downloaded. Make sure you have it backed up somewhere. Speaking of, you were talking about backing up your hard drive, because TikTok may be going away shortly. Have you been following this?
I do. I have, sort of, kind of. I don't think it's going to happen.
Well, I don't know.
We went through this 2 years ago. Not even.
Well, yeah. So the Trump administration at one point did put some pressure on the Chinese company ByteDance to sell to, I think they were trying to get them to sell TikTok to Microsoft, if I'm not mistaken.
They sold it.
No, they still, the Chinese or Chinese interests still own the majority of shares in TikTok.
Yeah.
So never, because it's a little bit difficult to force someone to sell their company. But now the Biden administration is putting the pressure on, and they're threatening to ban it from the United States because of security concerns.
I knew they were banning it from U.S. government phones.
Yes.
I knew that part.
Yeah. Well, this might be about to go further, although our governor, Chris Sununu, who is, of course, a prospective presidential candidate, he said, and this is according to USA Today, they've got this up, don't ban TikTok from Americans' phones, says New Hampshire governor and possible 2024 candidate Chris Sununu. It says here, New Hampshire Governor Chris Sununu said today that the U.S. should not ban TikTok, saying it does not seem like a practical solution to national security concerns about the application.
It doesn't.
TikTok, owned by Beijing-based ByteDance and used by more than 100 million people in the U.S. I saw one number. It said 135 million, which is stunning to me. Has come under fire from lawmakers and the Biden administration over concerns that the Chinese government could use the app to gain access to private user data or spread misinformation. TikTok has said it was warned by the Biden administration that it could face a ban in the United States if ByteDance does not sell its shares in the company. Sununu said he disagreed with that step, though he backs rules keeping the app from government devices. Quote, the app should not be banned in the United States, unquote, the potential 2024 GOP presidential contender told USA Today during a sit-down interview. Americans should be able to decide for themselves whether to download TikTok, Sununu said. Quote, you have 100 million TikTok users in the country or something, unquote. There's more. He said, quote, our job is to make sure folks know that if they're choosing to use TikTok, they're choosing to hand their personal information over to the Chinese government effectively. So we need to make it very clear about what is being transferred and what information is being made available, unquote. TikTok said the warning from the Biden administration came in a letter from the Committee on Foreign Investment in the United States, which is conducting a security review of the app. Separately, Congress is considering legislation that would give the president the ability to ban TikTok. Former President Donald Trump attempted a ban, but was blocked by the courts. President Biden has prohibited the application's use on federal devices, which I think makes sense. Government agencies have until the end of March to remove the application, with some exceptions. The White House declined to confirm the letter that TikTok said it received. National Security Council coordinator and strategic communications, John Kirby, told reporters that Biden has national security concerns about TikTok as evidenced by the ban on government devices. And I don't know if you heard me talking about this. I forget if it was last week or the week before, but it's a big step if, if there are legitimate national security concerns, then I'm concerned about that. Governor Sununu seems to think it's really just about the Chinese being able to access data of individual TikTok users, in which case that's kind of, you know the risks when you use these apps, or at least you should if you have any common sense. So he doesn't seem to buy into necessarily the national security part of it, but it's a big. I don't think people realize this would be, if this happens, if TikTok is banned in the United States, it would be the first time ever that the government has actually told American citizens, you cannot use this app anymore. This app, which is enormously popular.
I don't think it'll happen. I don't.
I'm skeptical.
There's
skeptical
no
that
way
it will.
it happens.
Well, we'll have to see what Easy G thinks, because he's on the line. Hello.
Yeah, can't they follow you on the phone? Is there ways they can follow you almost everywhere? Facebook, Twitter.
Yes.
Do you know how many
Are
websites
they really
you
safe
sell your
anywhere?
data to when you join these websites?
Oh, yeah. That's true.
And you want to attack TikTok.
Yeah.
What about Twitter? What
I know
about Twitter?
Facebook,
Come on, it's
they
owned by
can find so
Elon
much
Musk.
information on Facebook. It's unbelievable.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's why I always say, when Americans as a culture, it's like we started to get in this country very concerned about privacy matters at the precise moment that we also willingly gave our privacy away with all these social media apps.
Oh yeah.
So.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I'm barely on Facebook anymore. I really don't use it that often now. And I used to look at TikTok. I used to be addicted to it like for hours. I don't even do that anymore.
Mm-hmm. Do you?
I'm not. I mean, like I said, I'm barely on Facebook anymore. I check it out once in a while, but I don't know. Doesn't really do anything for me like I used to.
Do you
Maybe I'm just
worry?
sick of it. I don't know.
Do you worry about protecting your privacy from Bruce?
No, I just don't go on it a lot anymore.
Well,
for some reason or another.
Uh-huh. All right.
I mean, I have for a long time. Maybe I was just getting sick of it. I don't know.
Maybe.
I don't know.
I don't know either.
Possibility. Maybe got better things to do. But it's just funny, like you said, you get information from almost anything these days.
Yes.
Especially Facebook and stuff. Oh, goodness.
Yes. Well,
Twitter.
You can
your phone.
Your phone. Yes, you can be tracked with your phone.
Right. Like you see the give up. Yeah. I mean, goodness.
But I also
unbelievable. Yeah.
But I also always say Americans. It's not that we don't like to give our privacy away. We do. We just don't like to have it taken from us without our permission necessarily. But I think anyone who uses these apps and doesn't realize that they're giving away their privacy is being naive.
Oh yeah. There's no doubt.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately. All right, that's my 2 cents.
All right, bye-bye.
Boy, you should have known by now. Easy dough.
If you'd like to chime in on this, 603-250-6007, 603-250-6007. Hello to Rocky Huber in the Facebook live chat. JFed says, I gave TikTok a pile driver. See, he's getting into the wrestling. So there's a little bit more here from Sununu. He says, it says here, and again, this is from USA Today. Sununu signed an executive order banning TikTok on government devices in New Hampshire in mid-December. He said Thursday that the risk for malware and the potential seizure of sensitive information warrants a ban on government devices. Explaining his opposition to a ban on TikTok on Americans' personal devices, he said this, quote, I'm not a big believer on the personal level of government banning a lot of things. That's not my way of doing things, unquote. He said that sometimes government bans are necessary, quote, but if we're going to say the government's now going to tell 100 million people they have to delete TikTok off their devices, that doesn't seem practical to me. I don't like it. I don't like it at all, but I'm a free market guy, and I do believe in individual responsibility, even when I disagree with your individual choices, unquote. So the thing is, and I guess I'm not surprised that's his position. Like I say, I mean, I'm open to the idea of banning something if there is a legitimate national security concern, but you've got to make the case. It's not enough to just say, well, we're going to have to ban this in the United States because there is a national security threat in the Chinese having access potentially. And this is, from what I understand, there's not necessarily any evidence or proof that the Chinese have attempted to access anyone's information.
Yeah, exactly.
So we might be talking about something theoretical, hypothetical to begin with. But I'm always concerned about national security. So I'm just saying, if they do decide to take that step, they're going to have to make the case. It's not going to be enough to just tell Americans, we're going to ban this particular social media platform, which, again, more than 100 million people are actively using because of national security concerns. Tell us what those concerns are. Make the case.
There is no case.
And if it's just about personal information, then there certainly is no case. I mean, every time you go on, websites, you do Google searches, your information is out there.
Exactly.
So if it's just about protecting your personal information, that's on you. Now, if it is about national security, I'm open. I'm willing to listen, but you got to make the case. And because the uproar that will happen if, again, for the first time, it's a big deal. There might even be First Amendment questions with this. If you're going to tell Americans they can't use something.
I can't tell you how many people that I know of who make a living off of that app, from brand deals.
Yes.
To just like TikTok Creator Fund. My friend was literally sent to the Super Bowl because of TikTok.
What do you mean?
Like, they flew him out to the Super Bowl. TikTok, the company, flew him out to the Super Bowl because he's one of the biggest creators on that platform right now.
Mm-hmm.
There's a kid I went on tour with last year.
Well, when you brought on Josh Wynn, wasn't one of the things he talked about was when he first embarked on his journey in real estate, on his way to being really successful at it, he started making a TikTok video every day.
So he doesn't really do TikTok anymore. It's not his platform as much.
Really?
Yeah. TikTok's very stingy with their algorithm. It's
Okay.
Instagram that he's doing very good on right now.
Oh, maybe that's what I'm thinking.
Instagram Reels.
Maybe that's what I'm thinking of. Maybe that's what he had said.
He's pulling 5,000, 6,000 views a video right now.
Well, let me ask you this. Because of Instagram, why do we need TikTok?
TikTok was the first one to do it. TikTok was the first one to come out with short form content like that, other than Vine.
Okay.
And Vine was retired in 2016.
I remember Vine. Vine didn't last very long, did it?
No, it didn't. But Vine spurred a time in YouTube that was absolutely legendary.
Yeah.
Logan Paul, Jake Paul, Lele Pons, tons of creators who now are irrelevant. TikTok and Musical.ly spurred the next generation of creators.
Yeah.
And those creators have gone on to Instagram. Like, Instagram is not as much a creator-based platform, per se.
Yeah.
You don't really make money off of Instagram, but TikTok you do. And it's hard. It's a weird dynamic to explain.
Now, if TikTok were to go away, though, there are other short form video.
There is.
Like YouTube has shorts. Rather. Facebook has Reels.
Shorts, you're not pulling. Shorts and Reels, you're not pulling views as much.
But might you if TikTok were to go away? I mean,
I feel like Instagram and YouTube would both have to go back to the table and figure out another algorithm, because like right now you get stuck at probably 5,000, 6,000 views sometimes on a video, where TikTok recently haven't been posting because every time I post it's 200 views now. And hindsight, I know a guy who posts videos on TikTok. He's a musician, right? He gets about 1,000, 2,000 views, right? But his Spotify streams and everything like that are up 50%. So those people that are watching are going to his Spotify and listening to music.
Yeah.
Putting it in playlist, everything like that. So it's a good marketing standpoint.
Yeah.
That's basically what TikTok is. It can be a billboard for you, in a way.
Yeah.
I can't tell you how many TikTok DJs are playing in festivals too right now.
Melanie said in the chat, and his phone matches the drink and headphones. Damn, save some ladies for the other guys.
Listen, red and black is literally my brand, which is bad.
No, that's good.
But yeah.
Red's my favorite color.
I love red.
I like red and black. Melanie also said, I pull so many views with reels. Call me, Christian. I'll give you some tips.
I think the most viewed video I have on Instagram, I haven't posted much because I don't have much content because I need a photographer.
Yeah.
Oh my God, if it wants to load today. Damn. 3,000. No, I pulled 18K once, right? No, I definitely pulled 18K, but I archived that video.
Yeah, you had something that was that did really well.
And Snapchat paid me for the Snapchat Spotlight that I did because I got like 100,000 views on it.
Yeah.
Randomly.
You can go ahead and go ahead. We'll bring you in now, and then we'll when we get to the top of the hour we'll.
It's just crazy that the U.S. would do that, considering what it does to the economy too. In a way, like I'm not trying to be that guy, but I'm being that guy because, like, it's huge for independent artists too.
Yeah,
like it's like I just said, that kid's pulling 2,000, 3,000 views of TikTok, but his Spotify streams are huge.
Tim is here, by the way. We're just talking about this potential TikTok ban.
Oh, yeah?
I don't know if you've been following that at all.
No, not really.
Yeah.
I can name TikTok artists that are like, or artists that got popular off TikTok.
Yeah.
That are selling out 500, 700 person rooms.
Yeah.
Themselves right now. You know, so it's like, that's kind of it irks me.
Yeah.
It does.
Yeah.
It does because it's huge. It's a huge thing for anybody, any creator, anybody trying to be a DJ or anything. There's so many niches in TikTok.
Yeah.
Right now I'm stuck in DJ TikTok and I'm trying to get out of that because for me, it's annoying.
What do you mean?
It's just other DJs trashing on you because, you know.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
DJs can be toxic. It's kind of sad. It is kind of sad.
Is that really common? Like DJs?
Yes.
Really?
I was in a group of Boston DJs in a group chat, right? I got kicked out.
Yeah.
And they started talking trash about me.
Really?
And I just heard it from so many people. And I'm like, you know what? I let my skills speak for themselves. You know, when it comes down to it as a DJ, I don't care what rooms you're booking or what places you're playing.
Yeah.
Show me your skill. I don't care about your following of 20,000 people.
Right.
I don't care about that because I've seen it myself. You may have 120,000 followers on Instagram, but what's that equate to when you go into a room and you have to sell out a venue?
Right.
I had an artist at 603 a few months ago, had almost 1 million followers. Okay, cool. You're verified on Instagram. Didn't sell more than 60 tickets.
Melanie says in the chat, other DJs actually book me after hearing my swag. My skills just speak for themselves.
Okay. Sure. We'll go with that.
Well, we are approaching the top of the hour. You should plug. You've got a lot going on this weekend.
Yeah,
sir.
and next week, too.
Yeah.
I have a DJ meetup in Open Decks next week, too, that I'm hosting.
Oh, what's that?
So it's basically, if you're an up-and-coming DJ, you come and network. It's a networking event.
Yeah.
And I'm going to have DJs playing throughout the night, doing like half-hour sets.
Yeah.
I'm probably going to play too. Red Bull's coming in. They're going to throw in some swag and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And do some promos, which is cool. It's on the 21st. It was rescheduled because it was supposed to be this week.
Oh.
But then I rescheduled for St. A's to go do an event there.
Yeah.
And then that got rescheduled because the snow.
Yeah.
So.
Oh.
But yeah, no. Tomorrow night, 603 Bar and Grill. I'll be there hosting my first St. Patrick's Day party. And then Saturday, Boston.
Okay.
And then the DJ meetup.
Where are you going to be in Boston?
Icon.
But
I thought it was Hava, but it's Icon.
Oh, okay.
They're next door to each other, man. It's the most annoying thing.
Yeah.
It's Icon. It's Icon.
It's Icon.
It's Icon nightclub.
But that's sold out, correct?
It is sold out.
Oh.
Tables are sold at least.
Oh, very good. Very good. All right. And where should people find you online?
Instagram at DJREKLSS, DJ Reckless.
Very good.
I've been meaning to change it, but I'm just don't have the heart to change it.
Oh yeah. So where are you with that? You are thinking about a new.
I really am more and more.
Yeah.
Because I'm realizing now as I get into the private event space, it's like it's not exactly a name you want. You know, it doesn't give you like that professional vibe.
Right.
You know.
Right.
So it's like I don't know.
Hmm.
And it's like when I did a school dance, it was like DJ Reckless. That don't seem right.
JFed in the chat says you need to rebrand.
I don't know. I like it. I've built a brand off of it.
Mm-hmm.
Because like in the club scene, I'm huge because of my antics and my stage presence.
Mm-hmm.
So it feeds into it. But I don't know.
And your shenanigans.
My shenanigans, yes.
Mm-hmm. And tomfoolery.
Okay, moving on.
Well, you said antics. I was trying to yes and like they do in improv.
But yeah, no.
Tim knows what I'm talking about, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. See.
But yeah, no. You can find me on Instagram, and if you want to book me, I'm booking right now for May for the clubs, and I'm always open to private events. You can message me or Matt. Matt can probably put you my way.
Of course. Melanie says I'm also thinking of rebranding.
At some point, I'll have an artist page up too. At some point, we'll do that.
Yes,
We'll do that.
absolutely.
It's got to be done. I just don't want to build my own website. I'm lazy.
I understand.
I'm lazy.
I understand. Oh, I love building websites.
I hate it.
It's one of life's great joys.
I will design flyers. I will edit content, edit videos, photos, but websites. Can't do it.
Right.
Just can't. Too much moving parts for me, and I critique myself so hard.
Melanie said, I wish I could take more gigs. I'm rebranding just to get a break. Wow. It's quite the market in Vermont.
Breaks. I've quit like 4 times.
You have, yes.
I have, and I've come right back the next week.
I know. Yeah. No, I more than once you've come home and said you're done.
I swear, man, it's gonna it happens every week.
Jenny and I are just like, yeah, we'll see how long that lasts.
I can't, dude. I've been doing this for 2 years.
Yes.
2 years. Every single weekend almost, man.
Yes.
I can't. It's getting out of that habit.
I know.
It's not gonna work.
Yeah. Well, no, you should not quit. You should definitely not
also
quit.
It makes me a lot of money.
Yes. No, you're doing great. So you got to stick with it.
But yeah.
Well, all right. So we'll let you go. DJ Reckless, thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right. And and when do you start it tonight at 6:03?
Tonight I start at 9. Tomorrow night I start at 9, but my best friend Kenny is going to be opening for me at 8 p.m.
Okay.
So the party theoretically starts at 7.
Okay.
Because we have promos from Proper 12.
Gotcha. All right. We will let you go.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Unless you want to say you're welcome to stay, but I think you said you had to leave.
I gotta go.
You gotta go. You gotta go get ready. All right. DJ Reckless leaves us, but Tim Lagasse. Am I saying your last name correctly?
Lagasse.
Oh, it is Lagasse.
Yeah, like Emerald. Bam, you know?
Gotcha. I gotcha. So you're here to talk to us about this project, Downhill Rollers.
Yeah.
And we are at the top of the hour, so we're going to run the commercial spots, and then we'll play a song, and then we'll come back and talk.
You've got it.
But I would like for you to pick. You can pick what you'd like us to play first, but the only one we can't play is Savages because I already played that to open today's show.
Okay, cool.
Because I love that song. I love this project.
Oh, yeah?
This is great stuff.
Thank you.
That song especially. I think today was the 3rd time I've played it on the show since you sent it to us.
Oh, wow. All
My
right.
God, what a great track that is. That is so
man,
cool.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm looking forward to talking to you more about this today. But what would you like us to play coming back from the break?
Abandoned Heroes, if possible.
Abandoned Heroes. Oh, yeah, I like that one too. Let's see. I've got it here, I think. Why isn't that doing anything? Oh, you know what? I'll play it from Spotify.
I wasn't sure what format I needed to send them, so.
Yeah, no, M4A is good. It's just for some reason it's not playing, but I think that's just, I'll play it from Spotify that we've got it loaded up there. All right, so we're going to take a quick break. We're going to show some love to our amazing sponsors, and then we're going to hear Abandoned Heroes from Downhill Rollers, and then we're going to talk with this gentleman, Tim Lagasse, from Downhill Rollers, and so there is plenty more to come. Don't go anywhere. We are live from the studios of WMNH 95.3 FM, Matt Connerton Unleashed. Come on down to the Hop Knot at 1000 Elm Street, Manchester's premier craft beer and gourmet pretzel bar. Tell us more, Trudy.
We make our dough fresh every day. We make a variety of styles of pretzels and serve craft beer, cocktails, and a few bottles of wine. We do the traditional pretzel, and we have multiple flavors for that. We also do stuffed pretzels, pretzel sandwiches, free dessert pretzels, and pretzel knots.
The Hop Knot in the Brady Sullivan Plaza at 1000 Elm Street.
Bring your kitchen to life with Queen City Cabinetry, located at 87 Elm Street in the historic Sunbeam Mall in Manchester. Open Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. and Saturdays, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. They can be reached at 603-222-2007 or on the web at queencitycabinetrynh.com. Come see the possibilities. Queen City Cabinetry, another proud sponsor of WMNH.
Clemento's Pizzeria, family friendly, awesome for a date night. Clemento's Pizzeria. For delivery, call 603-782-8450. Clemento's Pizzeria, the best pizza in town. 1875 South Willow Street in Manchester, New Hampshire. Best cocktails around. Come in as friends and leave as family.
This hour on WMNH is sponsored by CGI Business Solutions, located at 5 Dartmouth Drive in Auburn. They serve all your business needs, including employee benefits planning, corporate design and business administration, investments and wealth management, and customized business insurance solutions. Their phone number is 866-841-4600 or on the web at cgibusinesssolutions.com.
WMNH, rip the knob off.
Come one, come all to a beautiful show. It's gonna be awesome and some other stuff. Dee-dee-dee-dee-doo-dee-dee-doo-dee-dee-doo-dee. Some other musical stuff.
I tell you what
Oh, that's great stuff. I love it. Abandoned Heroes, Downhill Rollers. And we're going to talk with Tim Legassi, who's here with us in studio in just a moment. This is Matt Connerton Unleashed, and we are live from the studios of WMNH 95.3 FM in glorious downtown Manchester, New Hampshire. Also on Comcast 97 if you're in Manchester. And hello to all of our online listeners across the nation and around the globe. You can go to my website, mattconnerton.com, for all of your live streaming options, social media links, contact info, show archives, etc., etc. Today is Thursday, March 16, 2023. I do want to remind you quickly, too, about our amazing sponsor, the Hop Knot, in the Brady Sullivan at 1000 Elm Street. I think they're actually closed this evening, so they've been having some trouble with their ovens. This is what Kenny posted earlier from the Hop Knot on social media. Good news, or I'm sorry, good bad news first. New ovens are being delivered next week, so no pretzels again this weekend. Some good news, though. We're open on St. Patrick's Day from noon to midnight. We'll have food from the Sleazy Vegan Food Truck helping out again, and they'll have karaoke with DJ Joe from 7 to 11 p.m. So the Hop Knot will be open tomorrow night with food from the Sleazy Vegan helping out while they await their new ovens. So that's what's going on at the Hop Knot, for those of you wondering. This is Matt Connerton Unleashed, and we are live, like I said, from the studios of WMNH. And you can give us a call on the studio line at 603-250-6007, 603-250-6007. You can also text me at 617-917-4476. I'm on social media at Matt Connerton. You can email me, matt@mattconnerton.com. And of course, you can interact and opine in the Facebook live chat. But the best thing to do so that we can hear and enjoy your dulcet tones is give us a call at 603-250-6007. If you have any questions or feedback or anything for our guest. And without further ado, Tim Legassi is here. He is at the news desk. And hi, Tim. Welcome.
How we doing?
Good.
Thanks for
good.
having me.
So this is your second time on the show, of course.
Yeah.
You were on with Authentic Descent. And that was, how long ago was that? That was
a couple weeks ago, I think. I was looking at the video. I think it was 2:20.
Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah. So a few weeks. Yeah, I lose track of time.
Oh yeah.
But yeah. So that's great band. I really like Authentic Descent a lot. But now you've got this other project, Downhill Rollers. And is this I know this is like a solo thing. Is this all you? Like, did you play all the instruments?
Yeah.
Wow. I've always been jealous of you guys who can play multiples. Like, I'm a bass player, and it's the only thing I'm really good at.
Yeah.
I can play a little bit of guitar, and that's about it. But so you play everything on that. That's amazing.
Yeah. So I do cheat on the drums. You know, I don't play the drums, but I had a class back in high school, and it was a recording class. So I used GarageBand, and we built patterns and this and that, and it started with drum tracks. So I learned all the things that the drums do.
Yeah.
I just don't know how to make my hands and feet work that way. So I have my keyboard and my MIDI, so I plug in all my drum patterns that way, not just like, you know, a drum machine. Like I'm making the beats, but
okay. Yeah, it is amazing what you can do with it's funny, I don't know if you know Ricky Mapleton. He's from the area, and he was on the show. This was a number of months ago, and kind of a similar thing where I noticed, you know, I remember asking him who played drums on his music because it sounded live. I just assumed it was live drums, you know, and he told me kind of the same thing. He uses GarageBand and it's MIDI, and it's like, wow, you can really get a pretty good drum sound. I wouldn't have known if you hadn't told me. I would have thought that was a live drum kit or
that's
you had
really
a drummer.
Good to hear. You know, I never know because I listen to everything. So I know when I plugged in just a word, I know the drum beats and stuff. So sometimes when I listen, I'm like, well, I don't know if other people could tell, you know. So It's nice to hear that. It's amazing what you can do with the technology now, you know, because you couldn't do this in the 80s, probably not the 90s either. And then, you know, these days I don't really have time to put together a whole group and learn these songs and this and that. And then, you know, you kind of course, there's compromises when you play with other people too. This is I write all the songs. I record them all. They sound the way I want them to. And with the technology, it's nice to be able to do that.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
Yeah. When did you start this project? Have you been, because I assume you were probably in other bands before Authentic Descent, right? So,
Yeah.
Obviously you've been in multiple bands, but when did you start doing this where it's all you, all yourself?
So I had actually, I think in 2020, I put out a little country album, like an outlaw country, kind of like Waylon Jennings, Willie Nelson kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So that's where I really learned that, you know, I was kind of building all the pieces. I didn't really have the keyboard yet. I was playing a djembe and this and that.
Yeah.
Till I got the keyboard, and I just started building and building and building. Now Downhill Rollers kind of extended from a band that I had in college, the Mabel Brown Room, we were called.
Okay.
A lot of the songs, I think the only new song I wrote for that album was Abandoned Heroes. Everything else there was a few songs that I had played with the band in college. And then there were all the other songs were ideas that I had 4 songs for that band that we never got to.
Okay.
So I just kind of recycled it back into the mix, worked out different pieces and put it all together. And I ended up with 8 songs. And then I did a cover of Pink Floyd's Young Lust too. I threw that on there because I feel like 8 songs is a little too short. At least 9, you know.
Yeah, well, yeah, 8. It's like between an EP and a full length. It's like in that awkward spot where it's like, oh, what do you call it? Do you call it an EP? Do you call it a full length?
Yeah, and that's I wanted to have like an album.
Yeah.
You know? So I tried to push that extra 9. So I'm actually working on another album. Hopefully I'll get it out within the next few months, but things just are slow. But another 9 songs, no covers this time. But
wow.
I'm really excited about that one. So
yeah. Have any of the bands you've been in, did any of them sound like Downhill Rollers? Or I should say, I guess the correct way to ask it would be, does Downhill Rollers sound like anything you had done before?
Yeah, for the most part. At least that album is, I think, very similar to what we were playing as the Mabel Brown Room in college.
Okay.
That just kind of old hard rock kind of feel.
Yeah.
The new album I'm working on, I think, is a little heavier, more towards the metal side, but I try to straddle the line between hard rock and kind of traditional heavy metal, you know?
Yeah. I want to ask you about my personal favorite of your music and Downhill Rollers is Savages. That's why I opened the show today with it. I love that song.
Thank you.
I'm curious about the lyrics because when the first time I listened to it, I don't know if it's about a specific experience that you had or if it's more just a general thing, but my first thought was the music industry. I'm listening to the lyrics and I'm thinking, people always say the music industry is full of savages.
Yeah.
And I've just wondered, and obviously it's the kind of thing where, and that's a wonderful thing about art. It can mean whatever you want it to mean.
Yeah.
As the person enjoying the art. But I was just curious what you had in mind when you wrote that.
So it's funny you say that because I try to write everything. I usually have specific events or situations in mind, but I try to write it in sort of a vague way, but still getting a message across so, everybody can have their own kind of meaning to it.
Yeah.
For me, actually, it was more of, back when I was younger, I had a lot of like trust issues and stuff within relationships, this and that.
Sure.
Whatever, I'd been cheated on a couple of times. So I kind of had like, what do they call them? I think, like home wreckers in mind, like you barge in like monsters and try to take what's mine, stuff like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then the second verse is kind of more focused on, now maybe I feel like I'm with a person who I can trust, but I'm kind of predisposed to thinking there's something behind the scenes. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So,
yeah.
So that's kind of what I had going on when I had written that one.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, I think most people can relate to just generally that everyone has people in their lives who have wronged them in some way.
Yeah.
And then it's a matter of what you do with it. And I always say, if you can take something, a negative that happened to you, whether it's a specific thing or just a collection of experiences that you've had, and then create something from that, whether it's music or a painting or a book or what, if you're a writer, whatever it is that you do, then it almost makes it all worth it in a sense, right? Because you get something so great. Another question about that song specifically I had is the verses are one tempo, and then it seems to speed up in the chorus. Is that hard to do? I mean, I've played in a lot of bands, and certainly I'm not a stranger to necessarily dealing with time changes, but there's an interesting thing in that song. It doesn't sound like, I know I'm really getting into the weeds here, but I'm just fascinated by this kind of thing. When it goes from the verse into the chorus, or maybe the pre-chorus. It doesn't sound like it's changes like suddenly. It sounds like you sort of lean into it, but it's not an immediate change, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And I'm wondering, is that hard to pull off? When you were recording it, was that any kind of a challenge?
So anytime I do anything like that, there's a few trial and errors. Like, I feel like the tempos almost have to match in a way, and I'll always do a start stop, a bah, 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 and jump into something else.
Yeah.
But I'll play with it. I'll do a few takes and play with the second tempo and see where it sounds like it fits the best, because you can do it and it's too fast and you're like, this feels too rushed and too choppy now. So just a few times I'll kind of go back and forth, and then it jumps down a little bit. And now I've never played these with anybody else too. Like when I play, I go through my DAW and I have my headphones on, so I just mute out the parts that I want to play. So it's like I have a backing band, and I'm used to playing it. So I don't know if somebody else played it, if it would be tough to jump right to that, but I'm
right
a little more comfortable with it. But the really tough thing I have is, now I'll switch the tempo, but how do I bring it back now? So that always trips me up, but I find a lot of times it's just you need to do a crazy little drum fill, and then it rolls right back in. So I'm glad I figured that one out.
I think it's part of the magic of that song that just makes it so cool. It just works really, really well. That's such a great tune. I mean, that's your, if you were to ask me, is there a single, I would say it's that.
That's funny.
That's your radio single on this album.
I always thought Risk was the radio single, and that was one of the ones that we played with the old band and stuff.
Oh, no kidding. Yeah.
So we always just kind of had, I was like, this is our radio song. Like, if we ever get anywhere, this is a radio song,
Yeah.
I always thought Savages was like a little too dark. Maybe
no kidding.
To be on the just on general radio, but I don't really listen to the radio either, so I don't know what they're playing either.
Right.
I'm on Spotify all the time, or whatever it is.
You mentioned how difficult it might be to play something like Savages with other people because of the time change. Do you have any plans to put together a band for your solo material so you can play out, or no?
I think eventually I want to get I kind of have a bunch of material I'm working on, so I have my next album that I want to do this year, and then I've already kind of got some riffs and some things put together for the follow-up to that within a year or two after that.
Yeah.
It all depends on work and how motivated I get, which is usually not very.
Yeah.
And I think part of the reason I joined Authentic Descent was to kind of cross-promote myself as well,
Yeah.
Which turned, they're totally fine with it, seems like.
Yeah, good.
Dave reached out to me after our last show and said Jenny had asked him for other solo acts and this and that.
Yeah.
So eventually, but sometimes I feel like it's a a lot more work than I actually do have time for.
Yeah.
And I'm having a great time with the Authentic Descent guys. Like, we're recording and stuff too. We're trying to do shows and this and that.
Yeah.
And I haven't really played out since college, so getting back with them
wow, no kidding.
was awesome.
Yeah.
Just playing with other people. So I'm really enjoying that too. So I don't think there's any rush on this. And then if I have a few albums under my belt and I do want to try to put something together, I have enough material to float by other people. And hey, what do you want to play? Obviously we could work on things together too. But I think in a way I kind of feel bad if I want to go out and do this. Like, all right, hey, these are my songs. Now you haven't touched them at all, and I want you to play them all. Like, I don't know. I almost feel like like conceited or egotistical or whatever,
Sure.
So it's kind of weird, but
yeah, no, I can understand that. Well, you mentioned Risk. Why don't we play that one next?
Yeah.
I pull it up on Spotify here, and we'll see. Who knows? Maybe I've listened to all of these, but maybe we'll hear this one again, and I'll say, you know what? Maybe this would be the single if I were advising you. But I just love that song, Savages, so much. But
thank you.
Yeah, but let's we'll give this a listen. So this is Risk. This is Downhill Heroes, the solo project from Tim Legacy, who is here with us in studio. Let's give this a listen, and then we'll come back and chat some more. Here it is, Risk. Oh, except there we go. Oh, that's great stuff. That is Risk from Downhill Rollers. And Downhill Rollers, Tim Legacy is here with us in studio. Welcome back, Tim.
Thank you.
Yeah, I love it. I get why you felt that would be the single.
It's a little more poppy in the middle and stuff, and the choruses, you know.
It is. Yeah, that's true. Are you a Kiss fan by any chance?
Yeah and no. You know, there's some of their songs are good, and then there's Paul and Gene. So
the only reason I ask is the solo on that. It just sounds a little Ace Frehley to me.
Yeah,
that's why I wondered if there was an influence there. But Kiss is my favorite band, so it's a comp. It's a comp.
All right, I'm sorry.
Oh no! Don't be sorry. No, but I was just going to say it's a compliment. When I say Ace Frehley, I don't want you to take that wrong.
Well, if it makes you feel any better, my favorite band is Guns N' Roses, and we all know how Axl is. So.
Oh, that's true. That's true. Are you a big fan? Is Slash a big influence on your guitar playing?
Slash, and then I didn't start doing lead until this. So
James really?
Hetfield too, you know.
Oh, no kidding.
So I feel like my lead skills from the time this stuff was recorded to the new stuff have improved, so I think that's good too.
Oh wow, that's cool. No, I like your lead on that though. It's like it doesn't sound, I guess it reminds me of Ace because it's not like it's not like you're noodling and doing a lot of runs or anything. It's sort of straightforward, but it's good. Like it's there's a rawness to it that I personally like. I think it works for that song. Great. And yeah, it is a little poppier, I guess, with the chorus, but it's very catchy. That would be a suitable radio single as well, no doubt. Can you tell me about some of your other influences?
It's a lot of the like 70s and 80s guys. You know, I did listen to Kiss a lot when I was younger. I've always listened to Guns N' Roses though. They're my go-tos, just Slash and Axl, and I liked new Guns N' Roses too when they got a little industrial. Yeah. I thought that was cool. I love the thrash metal guys, the big four, you know, Metallica. Big Anthrax fan. I like Anthrax more with John Bush in the 90s, kind of that raw. He's got that rough voice and stuff.
Me too. Yeah, I'm with you.
And then John Bush's actual band, Armored Saint, like
Judas
Priest, all that old kind of like heavy stuff. You know?
Yeah, absolutely. Is it kind of another odd sort of recording question? But when you're recording the chorus on a song like that, and it's got kind of a gang vocal vibe, is that hard to pull off? Because I just wonder if it's you, because everything is you, right? Even the backing vocals, it's all stuff. You. Is it hard to make it sound like? Because again, it's one of those things where, just like with the drums, if I didn't know it was just you doing that, I would assume maybe there were a couple of other people singing with you. You know what I mean? It doesn't sound like it's just your voice. Is that hard to do? Is that hard to pull off?
I think it was at the beginning. I think I've gotten better over at, as time has progressed. I usually just try. I worried about that a long time ago. Like,
really?
if it's just all my voice and there's no other people. So I kind of had over the years tried to develop a few different voices.
Okay.
So obviously like my speaking voice is pretty low, so it's easy. I always have like a really low voice, and then I'll just pan and do reverb on different harmonies and stuff, and just the way I pan them and kind of add the reverb, it kind of breaks it up a little bit from the way I set my main vocals.
Yeah.
So now that I'm kind of used to that system and how I do it, it goes by a lot quicker. I could do a whole song, and not a whole song from like ground up, but all the vocals to a song in maybe 2 hours now, where before it would take me a couple of weeks to try to tweak out everything. Now I just know how I need to set the tracks and the channels, and then I just listen back and kind of tweak some things, and it's like, all right, that kind of cuts through a little better now. So
yeah. How long does it take you to record a song? I'm sure it varies, but
it depends.
Yeah.
I mean, I was joking with the guys when I was here with Authentic Descent, saying the writing process is slow, but man, when it's just me, it is really, really slow. Like,
really, yeah.
I think I sent you a song off the the new thing I'm working on, Release the Hounds. Now that one I cranked out within a couple of days. I had a little riff. I threw all the lyrics together real quick. Everything just came together super fast. It was like maybe 3 or 4 days.
Yeah.
Where there's other things like Savages took me a really long time. That's my third time recording that from ground up. I've done it in a few stages. And it would just get to the point where I'm too far gone. It's like, let me just delete it and start over because this is a nightmare. So it took me, probably a year to get that all from start to finish. So it really depends.
Yeah. I'm looking for. So Release the Hounds is that's a newer one. So that's not on the current album.
Yeah.
There?
So I think I sent you Release the Hounds and Superman are both new songs that aren't on Spotify or anywhere yet. They'll be on my new album.
I'm curious. So these are these similar vibe or are these a little different?
I think they're a little heavier and maybe a little darker. Than definitely Risk. Maybe they fall more along the lines on Savages a bit, but they're a little more frantic and kind of fast paced too.
All right. Well, let's check this out. So since you were talking about it, I loaded this up. Let's give this a listen. So this is Release the Hounds, and this is going to be on the next album that you're working on.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Let's check this out. A little different. Let's see. Here we go. Oh my God, I love it. Dude,
Cool,
that
cool.
is awesome. That
Thanks,
is
man.
Release the Hounds. That is Downhill Rollers. Tim Legassi is here with us in studio at the news desk. And if you have anything for Tim, give us a call, 603-250-6007, 603-250-6007 if you have any questions or feedback or anything at all. The vocals on that, it sounded a little Axl Rose. I don't know if that's what you were going for, but
I think so. I kind of hurt my voice throughout the years.
Really?
And I just last year, maybe the year before, I think October 2021, I quit smoking.
Oh, good.
So
good for you.
Where Abandoned Heroes, that album, I kind of struggled to hit the notes, and now I found a way that I can sing and hit notes, and and it sounds like the throat's closed, and I kind of have that nasally thing. And I think that influence is always there anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just, I guess it's how I sing now.
Yeah. How'd you quit, by the way?
My two buddies, actually, we all quit together.
Oh, good.
So, we'd go frisbee golfing and we'd all be ripping butts, and like, all right, none of us are going to be able to quit unless we all just do it together. And
oh, wow,
I think
that's
it's time.
cool.
So we all kicked it, just cold turkey. I think one of them switched to a vape for a little bit. But
Yeah. That's how a lot of people quit.
Yeah.
But so all three of you have stuck with it?
Yep.
Good for you.
I think this is the longest all three of us have made it, too.
Oh,
so.
that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Do you feel better just generally?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. Excellent. Good for you, man. Let's see. Oh, in the Facebook live chat. So Stephen Light, also known as DJ Steve, says, OMG, that track kicked ass. And Jenny also, she says, kick ass song. And Mike from Queen City Cabinetry just joined us in the Facebook live chat. One of our great sponsors here at WMNH 95.3. Also, we have, how do you say this? Ikel Sedan, one of our friends from Greensboro, North Carolina in the chat room, says, hello, #Matt. Good afternoon, we say. And we are a pop girl group. We say, who is your guest? We say we are from Greensboro, North Carolina. We say, look up our Facebook like page, Eichel Sedan. We love that song. Hello, Tim, we say. Apparently,
cool, thanks, guys.
That's how they talk
And
in Greensboro, North Carolina. Lots of hashtags and
got their own dialect down there,
Yeah. They have quite an AI program at the at the university there. But we love everyone who joins us in the chat room, be they human or bots. We love them all. They're a lot of fun. But yeah, I see what you mean with that track too. It's a little heavier, a little more aggressive. Really kind of just a driving song. It still amazes me that those aren't real drums. It's amazing.
The drum process is getting a lot easier as
is it? Yeah.
Time goes on now. I think on the first one, there's some spots you can tell where I had a beat going and I forgot to put a fill, so I just whipped in a fill over it. You know what I'm saying? Where now I just kind of try to do the fills as I go along, so I don't run into that issue at the end.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think they're sounding better and seeming more real as I go along too, which is nice.
Yeah. What is your first instrument? Did you start on guitar?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I've always been a singer, and then the first instrument I played was guitar, and then I think it's easier to go from guitar to bass than it is bass to guitar, so that's how I kind of I picked up a bass at a pawn shop and started.
I mean, if you can play guitar, you can play bass. I mean, bass players hate when I say that, but I'm a bass player, so I can say that.
Now, there's different things. Like, I can't slap it or do any of those funky beats. I don't play with my fingers. I'm playing with a pick.
Yeah.
I'm mostly following the guitar. I'll try to do some some variants here and there and stuff. But then, now put me doing that against a bass player.
Oh,
who's
sure.
Slapping and finger picking, and you can do some crazy stuff. So it is a whole different world, but...
Oh, yeah. But you can get, I mean, I'm a bass player, but I started out on guitar. I told this story recently on the show. I don't remember if it was when you were here with Authentic Dissent or it was somebody else, but I was talking about how I took guitar lessons when I was a kid, and I was one of those lazy kids who, if I wasn't good at something right away, I'd give up on it quickly. So not that I gave up on the guitar immediately, but I mean, I never really fully gave up on it, but I wasn't good at it right away. And then in high school, I picked up a bass, and the first time I picked up a bass, I just seemed to have a natural feel for it that I don't think I would have had I not taken guitar lessons.
Yeah.
But I seen the bass, it just seemed to make sense to me. But also, I remember thinking, 2 less strings, and I don't have to know any chords. I think I found my instrument.
Oh yeah.
And I stuck with it. And I'm a pretty decent bass player, but I can't do. But honestly, like I never really I can slap, but I'm not well. Like I can do the slapping and popping. I can do it, but I'm not good at it. You know what I mean? And I play with a pick.
Yeah.
I like to play. I can play without a pick. Some of the bands I was in, there might be a song or two in our set where I would finger pick, but for the most part, I prefer playing with a pick. And again,
I think they give different, you get different sounds. So I guess if you're just trying to kind of fit the song, whatever serves the song is kind of what everybody's end game should, at least in my book, how I feel about it,
Yeah. Yeah. Aaron Bilodeau is in the chat room. Do you know Aaron? He's a musician. He's a very talented bass player.
No, I don't think I'm familiar.
He's in the chat. He says, I played bass first and guitar second. It happens.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
My friend did that too. I was in a bunch of bands with him from high school to the college one, and he started on bass, and he got incredible on bass. Could slap, finger pick, play with the pick, whatever it was. He was doing all kinds of crazy stuff, and then, he switched over to guitar a little bit after college, and now the things this kid does on guitar, I could never do.
Yeah.
Because he almost plays it like a bass, but he rarely ever picks. Like, it's all tapping and this and that. It's
really? Yeah.
I'm mesmerized when I watch him. It's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
I'm always jealous of people who, they just make it look easy. It's like they just have such a natural faculty for that in their minds, or somebody like, the real super geniuses like Prince, who could just play anything,
Oh my God. And then he's singing over it too.
Yeah. Yeah. Just incredible. Just incredible. Is there any kind of an ETA on when the new album will be out?
I don't know. I want to say this summer.
Yeah.
But, I also wanted to say last December.
Sure. Yeah.
So it's, I'm very close. I feel like there's a few things, I got to lay down vocals on, I think 2 tracks. I think all my instrumentals are done, and then just kind of tweaking volumes and kind of mastering and stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm hoping by June.
What's the most challenging part of it for you?
I don't know. I guess knowing if it actually sounds good or if it doesn't, because I'm not running it by anybody. I'm just
that's
going
true.
off my own ear.
It's all you, yeah.
There's, at least with the guys in Authentic Descent and stuff, we send stuff back and forth. Oh, this sounds good. Oh, maybe drop the vocals here. Maybe bring the guitar up here. Maybe fill in the bass a little more here. I'm just like, all right, yeah, I think this sounds good.
Yeah.
And then I know the songs too, so I can't tell, is it muddy and I'm just filling it in because excuse me, I know the songs, or
right.
If I sent it to you, can you tell what's going on? So things like that are tough. And then, like I said, sometimes you get rolling on a song or a riff or something, and it stalls. You plateau for God knows how long, months.
Sure.
And you come back to it. I give up and I whip something out over here, and then I'll come back to it, and it still doesn't feel right.
Mm-hmm.
Leave it alone for another couple months, and then I'll hit it one time and everything will just click in.
Yeah.
Like, oh, that's the tempo I needed. That's the part I needed. And it just puts itself together. It's a love-hate relationship with the whole recording yourself thing.
Well, I've heard a lot of people say too, people who do it like you do it, where it's just them doing everything themselves, that sometimes you, if you're working on the same song for a while, for several hours in one day, you can run into this thing where you might start hearing things that aren't even necessarily there. You might start imagining, sort of imagining it sounds like something it doesn't sound like, because there's almost like an ear fatigue that develops because you're hearing it and it's just you. So, there is no one to say, hey, I hear this or I hear this.
Yeah.
And you start to question, am I really hearing this the way that it actually sounds, or is some of this in my imagination?
Yeah.
Because I've been doing this all day.
Well, that's the thing. But, if you write all the songs and you play them so you can record them perfectly, like, that song inside and out,
Mhm.
you're hearing it while you're walking through at work during the day and stuff. So
yeah,
then coming down and sitting down to record, you're like, well, I know what it's supposed to sound like. Even the notes that I can barely hear, I can hear them because I know they're there.
Right.
Can the average listener, if I sent it to my buddy Colin, can he hear it,
Yeah.
Because a lot of times it's those little things, the little things you pluck in, or a little lick over here that's kind of quiet because you don't want to take away from that. Those are the things that kind of make it interesting too. So you want everybody to be able to hear that stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's tough sometimes, but.
Does anything ever come out differently than you imagined it? Have you ever recorded a song where at the end of it it's done, you feel that it's done, and then you go, well, this isn't what I imagined. I like how it turned out, but it's not what I thought it was going to be.
Yeah. I have a song that it's done, I guess. I guess I'm not working on it anymore, but one of the songs on the new album I'm doing, I had the riff for a long, long time. I think since I think there's a video that my uncle took of me playing the main riff in like 2011 or 12 on Facebook somewhere. And now it's tweaked a little bit, but it's still that riff. And I had a whole song built around it before that I wanted to record. And then I got down to it. I was like, I don't really like everything else. I like that riff. So
Yeah.
I'm going to keep that. And I worked on it for a little bit, and I hit a tempo change, like pothole. I was like, all right, I think it got to the point where I was going to give up. So same thing, I put it down for a couple of months, and I was bored playing the same stuff over and over. So I went back to it. It's like, all right, let me see if I can make it work. And it just came together. It's a long story. It's like 8 minutes too.
Yeah.
But it doesn't feel like, it feels like a 4-minute song because it just flows through nicely, I think. And now I listen to it, I'm like, oh my God, from what it was to what it is now is not what the road I expected it. But I'm so much happier I took that path than the one I was on before.
That's cool. Yeah.
So,
that's kind of the adventure of it. No, that's great. Well, we are almost out of time, and we'll close with one more song. But before we start to wrap up, Tim, is there anything that we didn't mention that you want us to know, or just where to keep up with what you're doing online with this project?
So I'm really bad about all the social media stuff. So I do have a Facebook page, Downhill Rollers Facebook page, very outdated, not much on there, but you can find me on Spotify under Downhill Rollers. I think I'm on Pandora and Apple Music as well. But mainly Spotify is kind of what I look at. So
yeah, excellent. And by the way, anything coming up with Authentic Descent that you want us to know about? You got any shows coming up, or
not any shows yet? We're working on some stuff. We're talking to a few people, different things in the work, and we are kind of moving steadily on a few new recordings that we're trying to put together a small EP for. So
cool.
Very exciting stuff over there as well. You can also find Authentic Descent on Facebook, Instagram, and Spotify as well.
Outstanding. Well, Tim, thank you so much. This has been wonderful.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. And I'll let you pick. What would you like us to close with?
I'd love to do Superman if we can.
Superman. Yeah, that's from the current album?
Nope, that's the new one.
All right, so I need to be over here. Let's see. Oh, I see it. Yep. Okay, cool. Yeah. Let's see. Superman. So this is going to be from the new album. Let me just make sure I can open this up and play it here. It should work. Why is this giving me trouble? Oh, here we go. Oh, I got it. Let me just back it up so we can do this proper. All right. Excellent. All right. Tim Legassi from Downhill Rollers. Thank you so much. And if you miss any part of today's show, it will be up in just a little bit at WMNHradio.org and at my website, mattconnerton.com. And we will leave you with this. This is Superman from Downhill Rollers. To close out, today is Matt Connerton Unleashed.